Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. This is Amir and I just about to knock off for the night. He's been working since 7. So yeah, I'll catch you for tea, I guess. Yeah. So, and we are lucky enough to have hot water. We even have hot water and drainage and whatever. That's kind of lucky. Yeah, and we keep it fairly warm in here because we've got that space heater. These things are a brilliant bit of kit. You've got to be careful because if you put anything near it, you know, the amount of heat that's coming out. There's no flames coming out, but they do get exceptionally hot, so you have to be a bit careful where you're pointing it. But a brilliant bit of kit. Anyway, okay, E-type. Yes, so as you can see, the whole boot floor is off. In fact, I'll show you what we've taken off today so you can see it. So you can see there the 2 lower quarter panels. This is a drain. Oh, this is a water drain. It's got two things on it. This is the other side. Then this is the center console that's been taken out, and this is the rear boot floor, and all this in here came out today as well. So I don't know if you can see. You might be able to see that the whole tunnel's missing there. And then what we'll do now is we'll reinstate that. There was a bit of welding to do on this bulkhead here. There's some rust internally which we couldn't get to, so Amir had to open a panel and to get to it to repair it. Anyway, so we'll reinstate that tunnel tomorrow. And while he's working on the front, I'm working on the back to get this done. So you can see now all this lip here I have to go along here now. You can see where the seam is there. I have to go along and drill all this out. All this is quite bad. That was like that when it came. But unfortunately all these gussets are gone here. They've gone under here. So I have to repair all this. This is a lot more work than I actually didn't realise how bad it was in some places. And there's quite a bit of rust here and there, so we're going to have to treat it. This is one I've just been working on here, and you can see that the type of spot weld drill we're using is that style. This is one. These are, I think, are the best. Absolutely, really. The type with the spring on them are good, but they can, if you don't center punch them, they can run off on you. So this is the better type, and you get a few of those, and when they're brand new they're just superb. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm going to get all that finished off tomorrow. All this kind of stuff. I'm fairly sure that this corrosion here, this went for SPL treatment, so it was dipped in a very light acid. I don't know what percentage, 7.5, 5.5. I don't know what the percentage was, but what they didn't do, and I can tell this just by looking at it, is they didn't immerse the car totally in neutralizing agent or neutralizing fluid, or these wouldn't have come back so quickly. I think they washed the car with a power washer, and you can see exactly the same situation there. It's only light rust, but you can see it's all where's any unions. And what's happened is the acid has gotten under there and it's seeped. If that had been dipped, it wouldn't be in such a bad condition. But you can see where it's been washed off, where it was easy to get to. It's perfect. All this back bulkhead, no issues at all. Probably a few holes here and there, but generally this is like a heel board on a Mini. It's very similar, but it's all good. So it's only certain places where the acid's seeped and it hasn't been neutralized properly. Okay, the other thing is you can see now that has absolutely perfectly in line here. And what we did is we made a clamp up on one on this side and one on that side to pull it together, and that side's just got the G clamp on it, and again it's pulled right up. But what you can see is that's actually sat like that. You can see how straight that edge is. You can see there's no gap in it at all, so we know that this is perfectly in line. Although this is all coming out and it's on the new floor pans, you have to make sure that that's correct, because we need to line up everything here to make sure this is these are the holes for the frame, the engine frames, and for the reaction plate going across underneath the gearbox, and it's important that they're correct. So, as I said, I'm working on the back because Amir's on the front. We can't both work in the same places. So I'll get all this finished tomorrow, get all this taken off. You can see all these spot welds have got to come out. I'll get all this finished up tomorrow. The other side is almost done, I think you can see. There we go. You can see the other side's almost done. And then I'll make up all these new gaskets and things, and then we'll sandblast. You can see at the underneath of that fuel tray, and under here you can see that there is corrosion in it, so we will have to sandblast it locally. And then again, gaskets here, all this is gone. It's quite a lot, but fortunately the back is extremely strong, and so there's no issues. There's no pull on it or anything. So this is what we'll do. We'll get this back done, and kind of go from there. Then what we'll do, Nigel, the man that owns the car, is coming. He's flying from, I think, from Germany, Munich, from England, then Munich, and then he's coming here on Wednesday. So hopefully on Thursday he'll go on camera, hopefully, if he's not camera shy, and then we'll go from there. But what we'll start doing is we'll cut out the outer sills, because there's nothing of them anyway. There's only that piece holding it completely on. You can see it's completely ripped through. We'll cut these down here, and then once we've got the tunnel and everything sorted out, the back sorted, then we'll start replacing these panels here. These are these back panels. We'll do that before. We'll cut the part of the floor out, replace these panels, because we need to get inside there to sandblast. Fortunately, it's actually just a bit of surface rust. And then once we've got all that built up, the tunnel's rebuilt, we can then take one floor out and start replacing the floors. And you can see basically how these are the strengthening gaskets. And what we're doing with this particular car is, in the original car there were only two gaskets. There was one on the front here, and then there was one on the rear. Obviously most of this is gone, but there were only two gaskets. Martin Roby started making another panel which fits against here and goes right the way across and joins here. It's got holes in it for lightness, but what it does is it stiffens the whole tub up, and I've done exactly that. If you look on my I think it's E-Type Jaguar 4 years in 4 minutes. This is my car, the one that's over there, the one that's at the back there. And I did pretty much the same kind of work, except this is in much worse condition. I thought mine was bad, but this is even worse. And obviously all these will be replaced. Everything basically from here to here is all replaced, the whole lot. Although the car will never be in two sections, there'll never be a front or a rear bulkhead. You know, effectively you're ending up using just the rear bulkhead and then the front bulkhead, and that's it. Everything else is completely replaced, but one thing at a time. And basically, if you're doing something like this, just do one side at a time. Try and keep some strength into it. It's much easier with a coupe than it is with a saloon car that has a steel roof than it is with a roadster. With a roadster, there's not a lot of strength left in them when you start taking out major structural parts, which sounds obvious, I know. But the other thing is with these as well is that everything, because it is monocoque construction, everything in this car or everything in this tub is a total of its complete rigidity. So every part that's connected to it is giving it more and more rigidity, and so every part has to be absolutely spot on or right, because one failure can buckle something else. So anyway, so that's it for tonight. Sorry, we haven't done more than that, but we've got on. I'm quite happy with how we're getting on so far. So anyway, so take care, and I'll do another video tomorrow night maybe, and then we have to start on that. I'm dreading working on that bonnet. There's such a lot in such a bad condition, but it has to be done. Anyway, take care. Bye for now. Bye.